Hey, what's going on, guys? Chris here from S-Rank Grappling, the home of elite strength and conditioning for grapplers. Whether you're a judoka, jiu-jitsu player, or wrestler, this is your one-stop shop for all things scientifically based strength and conditioning to help improve your game. Alright, guys, so today we're going to be ranking some of the most popular strength exercises and not so popular exercises specifically for no-gi grappling. I repeat, no-gi grappling. We're going from S rank all the way down to NPC. So obviously S rank being top tier, you can't get any higher than that, and NPC being forget about it, don't even worry about it, waste of time. All right, so we've got three measuring criteria here on how we're going to be judging this list. So number one is basically obviously the transfer to no-gi jiu-jitsu. Does it actually make you stronger and your performance better on the mats? Number two is going to be the learning curve. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Or are you better off just spending your time getting better at jiu-jitsu or doing another exercise? And lastly, number three is going to be the recovery cost. Does this exercise leave you feeling wrecked? Or can you recover quite quickly from it and not be completely burnt out and wiped out for your jiu-jitsu and skill work? All right, let's just jump straight into it, I guess. Number one, we've got pull-ups and chin-ups. All right, here we go. Pull-ups and chin-ups. Ooh, we're starting off strong with this one. This is going to be weighted pull-ups and chin-ups too, if you can. Honestly, this one's pretty easy for me. It's going to chuck it straight into S-rank tier. So we're starting off really strong here, guys. It ticks nearly every box. Plus the learning curve is basically zero compared to the other lifts, like Olympic lifting, for example. Pulling strength is king, and pull-ups and chin-ups are going to be your best bang for your buck when it comes to pulling exercises. So that goes straight into S-rank. Next up, we have dips or weighted dips. We've got Kyle Snyder here again, so two gifts of Kyle Snyder here. The guy's an absolute beast of a wrestler. I actually think dips are one of the best pressing exercises you can do. Big carryover for tricep, shoulder, and stability and chest strength. It's way more athletic than I guess you could say than a bench press. I do prefer them over bench press. Honestly, I'm actually going to put this in don't skip or cheat code. I'm going to put it in don't skip for now. Potentially, I'm going to move it up to cheat code later. All right, next up we have farmer's walks, guys. If this were farmer's walks with fat grips, I'd honestly rank it a little bit higher. But let's just say for this, we're just going to do regular farmer's walks with regular grip diameter. So full body exercise, great for your upper back and your traps. Obviously amazing for your grip strength, and grip strength is vitally important when it comes to grappling. You can't really go wrong with this exercise, but I'm going to put it in not bad. It's not bad. Just solely because of the grip strength and grip endurance. I'm going to put it in don't skip for now, but I may move it down to not bad later. All right, next up we have overhead pressing movements. Now this is going to be for all overhead pressing and shoulder movements, dumbbell, barbell. We've got Kyle Snyder here doing a push press, but let's just say any type of overhead pressing movement for your shoulders. Good exercise, just not one I'd prioritize for no-gi. Strong shoulders are great, but there's a heap of other exercises that you'll be better off doing. So I'm going to put it in not bad. I'm going to put it in, honestly, I'm going to put it in meh. Gym bros are going to hate me for that one. All right, so let's go next. What do we got here? Muscle ups, GSP to muscle ups and rings. Now, muscle ups look awesome. They're definitely athletic, but the learning curve is pretty big for these. You got to be on the lighter side. You don't really see too many heavy guys doing muscle ups, so you're better off just doing pull ups and dips, in my opinion. But if you already got them down, fantastic. If not, I'd rather see you spend more time getting up into just brutally strong pull-ups and dips. So I'm going to put it in just not bad for now. And obviously that includes rings and bar muscle-ups. All right, here we go. First shit exercise, leg extensions. Sorry, lads, this is going straight into NPC. Unless you're rehabbing a knee injury or just targeting the quads for that teardrop aesthetic. But, as far as grappling performance goes, you're better off doing many other exercises. So I'm going to chuck that straight into NPC. All right, next up we have sled pushes. Ooh, sled pushes. These are awesome. They build great work capacity and are absolutely good for your recovery just because it's mostly concentric movement, not really any eccentric loading. So you don't get smashed with DOMs the next day in soreness. For wrestling and judo, I'd probably rank them a bit higher, but for no-gi, specifically no-gi jiu-jitsu, I'm going to put it in not bad, especially for the stand-up game. I'm going to put it in not bad. All right, we have ab wheel rollouts, Floyd Money Mayweather. Massive fan of these. Great for building a strong core, strong lats as well, anti-extension strength. Exactly what you want for grappling. I would honestly, I'm going to put these in don't skip. Yeah, great exercise. You want to put them in don't skip. I definitely recommend putting these into your program. All right, here we go. Big compound lower body movement, back squat. Classic compound lift. It will make you stronger, no question about it. I just think there are slightly better legs exercises to put on here for sport specific. But overall, I'm going to put it in don't skip. But it's going to be on the higher side of don't skip. I'm actually going to put it in front of dips. Dips go there. Yep. All right. Here we go. Another compound gym bro exercise. Bench press. All right. Here the gym bros are going to hate me again. I'm going to chuck this in. Meh. Look, it's great if you're trying to bench more weight. But for no gi, I don't see too much of a carryover. You could argue for framing that it's quite good. Strong triceps and strong chest. It's just not nearly as important as pulling strength. There's going to be some carryover, but again, just for framing. So I'm going to chuck it in meh for now. But yeah, guys can calm down, all right? Just think about it logically. All right, let's go. Ooh, another compound. All right, let's go bent over barbell row. Love them. Big upper back, lats, and rear delt recruitment. Biceps as well. All the muscles you're going to be constantly using for grappling. I'm going to put it in don't skip. I'm going to put it on the higher end of don't skip. Let's put it there. All right. All right, here we go. Cleans. So I'm going to categorize this with like cleans and snatches. You can put power cleans and power snatches, or full squat cleans and full squat snatches. Let's just put all the Olympic lifts for this particular one, just for the sake of the argument. So if you already know how to do them, you're already technically proficient at them, they're fantastic. But they're also some of the most technically advanced lifts. So it's going to be a big learning curve for most people. And you could argue, is that time better off just spent building skill or just doing other movements? Honestly, most people are better off just putting that time into jiu-jitsu. So just because of the high learning curve, I'm going to put them in not bad. For no-gi jiu-jitsu, honestly, if this is for like judo or wrestling, I would recommend actually putting them as a bit of a priority when it comes to your strength and conditioning training. But most people aren't willing to do that. So it pains me to put it in not bad. I want to put it a little bit higher, but just because of that learning curve, I'm going to put them a little bit lower. I'm actually going to put it at the front of not bad. Next up, we have regular deadlift, conventional deadlift here. We've got Johnny Bones Jones doing a controversially technical deadlift, or not so technical deadlift. There's going to be a bit of divide with this one. Incredible strength builder, don't get me wrong, but the fatigue cost is quite high. Heavy deadlifts can take a little bit of time to recover from. It's going to burn out your CNS, especially when you start going a bit heavier. Look, if you're not going too heavy, there could be a lot of carryover to deadlifts, but I would just say you don't need to go too heavy with these. Just focus on good technique and not blowing out your lower back. I'm going to put them in not bad. All right. I know it's a controversial one, but I'm going to put them in not bad. Next up, we have the front squat. All right, front squat. Let's go. I actually prefer the front squat over the back squat. Let's put front squat just because more core engagement. You got to stop the weight from falling down in front of you, so you do have to keep your core way more stable and keep upright with a good posture. I think it transfers a little bit better to grappling. I'm going to put it at the top of don't skip. Yeah, I'm going to put it at the top of don't skip. I almost want to put it in cheat code, but I'm going to put it in don't skip for now. All right, next up we have hip thrusts. Andre Galvao doing some hip thrusts. For me, this is an... Ooh, let's put it in S rank. I think. I'm going to put it in S rank, yeah. All right, that's my final decision. But guys, your hips are the most important. Your hip strength and your glute strength are arguably the most important muscle group when it comes to all grappling. Your core and your hips. Bridging, finishing takedowns, escaping bad positions, generating force. Honestly, strong glutes and hips make everything easier. So I would highly recommend putting some heavy hip thrusts into your program. S rank. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Next up, we got another good one here. We've got landmine rotations. I would also put cable rotations or any type of heavy rotational work in this as well. I prefer landmines personally. I just feel like you can load them up a bit heavier. For me, this is going to be another S rank. Just rotational power is everywhere in grappling. Passing, scrambling, throwing, finishing singles, defending takedowns. This one has huge carryover to Nogi Jiu-Jitsu, guys, and all grappling. Do not skip this exercise. You will notice a big improvement in your grappling if you start incorporating these into your routine at least once a week. All right, next up we've got dumbbell lateral raises. Woo! Man, these guys are straight into NPC. Look, if you're trying to build a V-taper and an aesthetic physique, amazing, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about grappling performance. So yeah, that's just going to go straight into NPC, guys. No point wasting your time on that. Next up, we have curls. The big Nicky Rod doing some curls here. Curls 7 days a week, Monday to Sunday. You know what is up. You know what is up. Curls are honestly a bit underrated. I reckon a lot of people would expect me to put these a bit lower. Honestly, stronger biceps and elbow flexors help a lot with pulling and isometric control. Like, you want a lot of strength through your biceps, especially when it comes to no-gi grappling. I'm going to put this in, honestly, don't skip, somewhere in the middle of don't skip. Controversial take, I know. Yeah. All right. I know Gordon Ryan and Nicky Rod are a big proponent of curls and just having strong biceps and strong isometric endurance as well. So yeah, don't skip your curls, guys. All right, next up we have neck training. I think that's Canelo Alvarez. I don't know if I put a boxer in here, but oh well. More important for longevity and injury prevention, I'd say, more than performance. Obviously, you're going to get a bit of a performance benefit from this, but it's more of an injury prevention tool, I would say. If you want a stronger neck, it's less likely to get neck injuries, and that's the last thing you want, guys, is a neck injury. So better for absorbing impact. So I'm going to put this in not bad, but if this was injury prevention, it would go straight into S rank, but it's not. It's for overall performance, everything else, so I'm going to put this in not bad. All right, next up we have calf raises. Let's put this in NPC. Unless you're rehabbing an Achilles injury, if you've got a specific weakness you're just trying to address, honestly, you're better off spending your time doing something else. So that's going into NPC. All right, here we go. One of my favorite exercises, rope climbs. Now, my heart wants me to put it in S rank, but it's for no-gi jiu-jitsu. So I'm going to put it in cheat code. We got our first cheat code here, guys. We've got Teddy Reiner here. This guy's about 130 kilos plus doing rope climbs, which is just ridiculous. Amazing, builds unreal grip strength, pulling endurance. So if you're a bit lighter, you can go up and down, up and down. If this was judo or wrestling, I'd probably put it in S rank, but for no-gi grappling, I'm going to put it in cheat code. So either way, guys, you want to be doing this. If you find a rope in your gym, climb that shit. All right. Single arm rows. Ono here, arguably the greatest judoka of all time. Funnily enough, I'm actually going to put the two best judokas, in my opinion, right next to each other. Teddy Reiner and Ono. Right here. Single arm dumbbell rows. One of my favorite pulling exercises. Big range of motion. Unilateral strength. I love unilateral exercises in general. Great for the upper back and lats. Definitely cheat code. You want to be putting this into your routine. Next up, we have another unilateral exercise. Bulgarian split squat, guys. Bulgarian split squats. Love them. Single leg strength, balance, stability, athleticism. They're brutal. They're going to smash your glutes and smash your quads. But you want to put these into your routine. I'm going to put them in cheat code. For all grappling sports. If this was more stand-up grappling, wrestling or judo, I would actually put them in S rank. All right, what have we got next? Let's go. Bit of a niche exercise. We've got single arm dumbbell presses. I actually like these a lot. I actually prefer them over your standard bench press. Got the anti-rotation component involved. A little bit more coordination, recruitment. So I'm actually going to put this in. As far as a pushing exercise goes, this is probably going to be one of the higher ones. I'm going to put it right next to dips. These two are my favorite pressing movements. Though pulling movements and leg movements are far more important than pressing, but these are going to be the highest ones for pushing. All right, what do we got next? We got tib raises. I forgot I put tibialis raises in here. Nice little accessory. Good for shin splints and ankle health. But if we're talking about pure grappling performance, I'm going to put them in meh. You could argue it's going to give you, obviously, stronger dorsiflexion. So if you want to be sticky and you're entering underneath someone's legs for leg entanglements, could be quite effective. But overall, I'm going to have to put it in meh. And it's funny that I put this right next to bench. Gym bros are going to hate me even more. But I feel like it's just got a little bit more carryover than these particular exercises. No, I know it's controversial, but I'm going to put them in meh. All right, next up we have toes to bar. John Danaher doing toes to bar. This is going to straight to S rank. Pulling your knees to your chest basically simulates guard retention in exercise form. Massive core strength, hip flexor, grips, your lats, absolute weapon. It just simulates pulling your knees to your chest. So if you get strong at these, your guard retention is going to feel so much easier. So I highly recommend putting this in your program, S rank. All right, we got trap bar deadlift. Where are we putting this, guys? Where are we putting this? I prefer this over the conventional deadlift, to be honest. It's easier to learn, easier on the lower back. Let you load up some serious weight as well. I'm going to put it in. Overall, it's just a great full body exercise, lower body and core. I'm going to put it in at the end of cheat code, guys. Yeah, end of cheat code. Next up, we have a more of a niche exercise, but a great exercise. We've got Zercher deadlifts, but this is also includes Zercher squats. They're just scream grappling. Obviously, it's the same sort of movement. You're stopping that weight from pulling you down, so you have to keep great posture and core stability. Feels very similar to clinching and carrying another person. Wrestling, probably S rank. For Nogi, Jiu Jitsu, a little bit lower. Let's put it in cheat code. Definitely would include these in your program, no doubt about it. Next up, we've got, it's not a specific exercise, I'm just going to say tricep exercises in general. We've got Gordon Ryan here doing a overhead dumbbell extension. I would definitely say biceps are more important than your triceps for grappling, no doubt about it. Useful, but not something I would really build my whole program around. I'm going to put it in meh. And lastly, the beast exercise. We got the adductor machine. I had to chuck this in here, guys, because to be honest, it's not bad. Everyone memes on this exercise, but honestly, strong adductors can help you with guard retention, squeezing mechanics, and just protecting your groin from groin injuries and stuff. Is it amazing? No. Is it useless? Also no. I want to put it in. It's like you could argue that you get a lot of adductor work from your rolling anyway, so I'm going to put it at the end of not bad. I know that's going to be a controversial one, and it looks doesn't look that masculine though, does it? But to be honest, it's not a bad exercise. I'm going to put it in not bad. That's Chris signing out, guys. Remember to train smarter, perform better, and let's all reach S rank. Peace.